Hi conservation crew, and welcome back to another Nature Diaries. It's been a little while, been pretty busy, but we're gonna do a walk that I've been trying to film for you guys for ages. I've tried a few times and various things have gone wrong, like equipment's gone wrong or I don't know, but it's just not happened. But today's the day, so you're coming with us and we're walking to Cockington through the woods, and then once we get to Cockington we're going to loop back through the woods, so it's going to be a nice woodland trek today. We've had a bit of a funny start to the morning. It's probably about 10 AM and we just left the house, and we kind of like, we've got quite a steep driveway and it's obviously been very cold overnight, and it's been, well, it's the iciest it's been this year, and our driveway was literally an ice rink, and I was like, I'm really scared to go down this, and all I did was step off our front steps and I literally just like stood still sliding down. I'm sure our neighbours had a right laugh watching me sliding around. So we've literally just got our table salt out and chucked that everywhere, hoping it'll melt it. So yeah, it's been a bit of an action-packed morning already. So although the morning started very icy, this is the situation that we're hiking through right now. And I'm wearing these boots. While they have been great, they're not these days because they're so old. And I'm looking forward to some wet, slippy times today. Stu and I were just complimenting the trees and like the up view, and he was like, oh, sometimes you do just forget to look up, and at that moment of saying up he trips over a rock. And also today is National Compliment Day, so I just want to take a moment to thank everyone out there who's working very hard to save nature and wildlife and conduct conservation. You're all stars. A little bit of context as to where we are right now. We are currently in Occombe Woods. Occombe, is it Occombe Valley Woods or Occombe Woods? Occombe Valley Woods. And apparently, according to the sign, Occombe means Valley of the Oak. And for people who walk this trail very, very often, sometimes several times a week, we know that there are a lot of oak trees. And actually 2020 was apparently a mast year for oaks. So it's when oak trees give out exceptional amounts of acorns compared to other years, which is really cool to see, and we were finding them absolutely everywhere. Oh no, what's happened? Someone's broken the bench, the famous bench of Occombe Valley Woods. Oh no. Goodbye little bench. This was made completely out of natural wood, just branches off trees, and now it's gone. So I've got a stick because, originally I was slipping around all over the shop because of the mud, and now I'm slipping all over the shop because of the ice. So Stu found me a nice big branch I can use as a stick for leverage.
One of the most common plant species we come across in this woods are these. These are heart tongues. That's H-A-R-T. So looking at him, it's quite clear where the tongue part of the name comes from. But what is a hart? Well, a hart is actually another name for the UK's largest land mammal, the red deer. So next time you picture one of these, just think of the long tongue of the red deer.
We've kind of made it to a flat bit now, which is nice. It got really, really muddy in some of the bits, especially where a few weeks ago there were some storms and a lot of trees came down in this woods. So there's lots of slushy mud, because, you know, that's what trees are for, or one of the many things trees are for. They're for holding the earth together. So that's why when we chop down all the trees, we get lots of flooding and mudslides and all sorts, because the trees ultimately glue everything together. So, but it's really snowy up here. It's like it must have snowed in the night and then it's kind of iced over. It's very pretty, it's just a bit of a nightmare to walk on. For those of you who are bird lovers, which I know many of you are, and you love to see birds of prey, you should definitely try this trail, because we always see buzzards. I don't think I've ever done this walk and not seen a buzzard. Also, we nearly always see kestrels and green woodpeckers and jays, which are all very beautiful. So if you want to see some magnificent bird life, I would highly recommend this trail. And bring a camera and your binoculars so that you don't miss anything. We have just left the first part of the woods, and when you leave the first part of the woods you have to cross the road, the main road, over to Occombe farm, and we're just going to walk down this little road now, and then we enter the next part of the woods, and then eventually we'll be in Scadsome woods. So let's go! Man have stick, man be strong. We're back in the woods now, and Stu just got his penknife out that I got him for Christmas and shaved down our sticks so that they're more comfortable in our hands. And we're gonna keep on heading to Cockington. We have now entered Scadsome Woods, just going up the hill, because a lot of that woods there is in a valley, and it's pretty chilly down there. You can really feel the temperature drop. And now we're walking up this sunny hill to the top, and then we'll start descending down towards Cockington. So, if you don't know already, Stu and I are doing a sponsored walk, and it's called Hike for Hedgehogs, and we're raising money for Elm Wildlife Rehabilitation. And to do that, we're hiking a virtual trail of 647 miles. Check out the GoFundMe in the description box if you'd like to donate and find out what we're doing, because it's more detailed on there. I don't want to have to keep repeating myself, but we've basically been doing this trail almost every day this week, and we nearly always do it on a Sunday because we aim for 3 to 4 miles per day, but on a Sunday we do like a bigger, longer hike, maybe about 10 miles if we can do that. So that's what we're doing today. We're doing a slightly different route to make it longer, but we're so used to this trail now, it's feeling so much easier. I mean, I've lost 4.5 inches off my tummy just walking. But it's been quite nice today because it's been a bit more of a challenge because it's been so slippy and icy and muddy and stuff. So it's nice that in the UK, because we have seasons, depending on what time of the year you're hiking, the same woods or the same trail can be so different, and you know, it can be easier, it can be harder. So I would recommend just hike the same route a few times through the year and see how it differs. Because it's been a really, I mean, it's not too hard, it's not grueling, but I'm finding I'm having to like really use my balance a lot more, and obviously we've got our sticks to stop us from falling over, so. You know you're in Devon when the sheep are pink. As someone who's climbed 4 quite substantial volcanoes, I'm quite offended because Stu keeps trying to give me training on how to use a stick to stop myself falling over. I don't think I need it. It's not needed. We are now in Cockington Village, which if you haven't been, you'll know that it's an incredibly pretty village. Lots of cottages and old school buildings. Just saw a watermill, and now we're going to be walking through towards Cockington estate to walk along the water meadows. We were gonna get a coffee at Cockington as a little prize for the halfway point, but lots of selfish people stood in the queue with no masks on, so we decided to avoid that, and we're just leaving the country park and getting back into the woods again. But it's still, even though it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's still icy, it's still slippery, and the mud's no better. But we love a challenge. It's official, guys. My feet are soaked. Unfortunately, my walking boots, they're not fully waterproof. I've had them for coming up to 2 years now. And I've ordered myself a new pair, because unfortunately, the ones that Stu got me for Christmas were faulty. And like, they were fine, but one of them was misshapen and was like doing me lots of mischief in my foot, and so I sent them back, and I ordered myself a new pair, but they've not come yet. So we're doing this walk today, and because of all the ice and the slush and the mud, I've got absolutely soaked feet, but we move. We are now walking back the way we came, so we've done a full circle back onto the path that we originated on. So we're heading up to Occombe Farm now, and then we'll be back in our woods at Occombe Valley Woods, Valley of the Oak. And it's really turned into a glorious day. The sun's quite low now, but it's really nice and warm. It's starting to melt the snow and the ice, but to be honest, in the valley where it's quite like dark and cold and sheltered, it's not really thawing out, and it'll probably just stay frozen until tomorrow now. So yeah, but really enjoying today. It's nice to get a decent walk in. We've almost done 7 miles, so we haven't even hit home yet. So guys, it's coming up to a year since we saw our baby woodpeckers in the woods, and they're just up in that tree. So hopefully this spring they'll use the hole in the tree again and we'll see some more. But if you want to see the video about the woodpeckers, check it out in the cards. So guys, we've made it to the end. We did it, and I didn't even fall over once. I'm very proud of myself. We're going home now, but it was a really nice walk. I think we managed about 10 miles in total, so we're pretty happy with that. We hit the 100-mile mark for hiking for hedgehogs, so that's 100 miles off our 647 target. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to let us know by liking it and commenting below, and subscribe because we love you. See you in the next one.